Think your kale smoothie makes you healthy? Viking farmers were growing superfoods over 1,000 years ago that put modern health trends to shame. These Nordic survivors didn't have grocery stores or vitamin supplements. They had something better: nutrient-packed plants that could sustain warriors through brutal winters and ocean voyages. Today, we're rediscovering 12 incredible superfoods that Viking farmers treasured above gold. These hardy survivors can grow in your backyard, require almost no care, and provide nutrition that makes expensive supplements look like candy. Get ready to discover food treasures that could revolutionize your garden and your health. Cloudberries, the golden treasure of the north. In the harsh landscapes of Scandinavia, where most fruits couldn't survive, Vikings discovered nature's golden treasure, cloudberries. These orange gems grew wild in boggy areas and were so prized that good cloudberry patches were considered family inheritance, passed down through generations like precious land deeds. What made cloudberries extraordinary wasn't just their rarity, it was their incredible vitamin C content. A single handful contained more vitamin C than a dozen oranges, making them essential for preventing scurvy during long sea voyages. Viking explorers who reached North America centuries before Columbus did so, partly because cloudberries kept them healthy enough to survive months at sea. The flavor is unlike anything you'll find in modern grocery stores. Imagine a cross between raspberry and citrus, with a unique tartness that wakes up your taste buds. Vikings ate them fresh during the short summer season, but more importantly, they preserved them in their own juice, or mixed them with honey to create vitamin-rich preserves that lasted through winter. Modern nutritional analysis reveals why Vikings treasured these berries so highly. Cloudberries contain 4 times more vitamin C than oranges, along with powerful antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and natural preservatives that actually improve with age. They're like having a multivitamin that grows wild and tastes incredible. For today's gardeners, cloudberries represent the ultimate challenge and reward. These plants require very specific growing conditions: acidic, boggy soil, and cool temperatures. But once established, they can produce fruit for decades. They're perfect for areas where other fruits struggle, turning problem spots in your yard into productive superfood gardens. The plants themselves are beautiful ground covers with distinctive 3-lobed leaves that turn brilliant colors in autumn. Each plant produces a single large berry that ripens to a gorgeous golden orange color. It's like having edible jewelry growing in your garden. Ramson, the wild garlic that powered warriors. Long before garlic became a kitchen staple, Vikings were harvesting Ramson, wild garlic that grew in thick carpets across European woodlands. This wasn't just a flavoring herb, it was considered warrior food, believed to give strength and courage while protecting against disease and evil spirits. Ramson contains the same powerful compound found in regular garlic, allicin, but in much higher concentrations. This natural antibiotic could fight infections, boost immune function, and improve circulation. Viking warriors would eat Ramson before battles, believing it made them stronger and more fearless. Modern science suggests they weren't entirely wrong. What made Ramson special was its timing. The leaves appeared in early spring, when winter food stores were running low and fresh nutrition was desperately needed. Vikings called it nature's spring tonic because it seemed to revive people who had survived on preserved foods through the dark months. The entire plant is edible: leaves, flowers, and bulbs, providing different flavors and intensities throughout the growing season. Young leaves are mild and perfect for salads, while mature leaves pack a garlicky punch that can flavor entire meals. The white flowers are beautiful and edible, adding both nutrition and visual appeal to dishes. For modern gardeners, Ramson offers something grocery store garlic can't: fresh wild flavor that changes throughout the season. These plants naturalize easily in shaded areas, spreading to create edible ground cover that requires no care once established. It's like having a self-maintaining herb garden that gets better every year. The health benefits are remarkable. Ramson contains higher levels of vitamin C than citrus fruits, along with iron, magnesium, and sulfur compounds that support cardiovascular health. It's like having a natural pharmacy growing wild in your yard. Einkorn, the ancient wheat that nourished civilizations. While modern wheat has been bred for yield and shelf life, Vikings grew einkorn, the original wheat that built civilizations. This ancient grain contains 30% more protein than modern wheat, along with higher levels of essential amino acids, vitamins, and minerals that have been bred out of commercial varieties. Einkorn's genetic simplicity, just 14 chromosomes compared to modern wheat's 42, makes it easier to digest and less likely to cause the inflammatory reactions that plague many people today. Vikings didn't understand genetics, but they knew that einkorn bread sustained them better and caused fewer digestive problems than other grains. What made einkorn truly valuable was its resilience. This hardy grain could grow in poor soil, withstand drought, and resist the diseases that regularly devastated other crops. For Viking communities living on the edge of survival, einkorn's reliability meant the difference between feast and famine. The flavor is rich and complex, nuttier and more satisfying than modern wheat. Einkorn bread has a golden color and dense texture that fills you up with smaller portions. Vikings understood that food should nourish, not just fill space. And einkorn delivered nutrition that kept workers strong through long, hard days. For today's health-conscious families, einkorn offers something modern wheat can't: nutrition without inflammation. Many people who can't tolerate regular wheat find they can eat einkorn without problems. It's like having access to wheat the way nature intended it, before industrial agriculture changed everything. Growing einkorn today connects you to thousands of years of agricultural wisdom. These plants are beautiful in the garden, with tall stalks and distinctive seed heads that add visual interest while producing nutritious grain. It's like having a piece of agricultural history growing in your backyard. Perpetual spinach, the leaf that never quits. Despite its name, perpetual spinach isn't actually spinach. It's a type of chard that Vikings valued for its incredible productivity and reliability. While regular spinach bolts in hot weather and dies in winter, perpetual spinach keeps producing nutritious leaves for months, even through mild frosts. This hardy green was a lifesaver for Viking families during the hunger gap, that dangerous period between winter's end and spring's first harvest, when food stores were nearly empty. Perpetual spinach provided fresh, vitamin-rich leaves when nothing else was growing, often making the difference between health and malnutrition. The nutritional profile is impressive, higher in iron, magnesium, and vitamins A and C than regular spinach. Vikings didn't know about vitamins, but they recognized that families who ate perpetual spinach regularly stayed healthier through winter and had more energy for spring planting. What made this plant truly special was its forgiving nature. You could harvest leaves continuously without killing the plant, and it thrived in poor soil where other vegetables struggled. For busy Viking farmers managing multiple crops and livestock, perpetual spinach was the ultimate low-maintenance nutrition source. For modern gardeners, perpetual spinach offers something grocery store greens can't: fresh, homegrown nutrition that's available almost year-round. These plants are incredibly productive, with a single plant providing enough leaves for regular harvesting throughout the growing season. The flavor is milder than regular chard, with tender leaves that work well in both raw and cooked applications. You can harvest baby leaves for salads or let them mature for cooking greens. It's like having a salad bar growing in your garden that restocks itself continuously. Sorrel, the lemony green that prevented scurvy. Long before lemons reached northern Europe, Vikings had sorrel, a tangy green that provided the vitamin C essential for preventing scurvy. This hardy perennial grew wild in meadows and was cultivated in every kitchen garden, providing fresh, citrusy flavor when other sources of vitamin C were unavailable. Sorrel's sharp, lemony taste comes from oxalic acid, the same compound that gives rhubarb its tartness. This natural acidity not only provided flavor, but also helped preserve other foods when sorrel was added to dishes. Vikings used sorrel to cut through rich, fatty foods, making heavy winter meals more digestible. What made sorrel invaluable was its early emergence. The leaves appeared in very early spring, often while snow was still on the ground, providing fresh nutrition when winter-weary bodies needed it most. Viking families who had access to sorrel were noticeably healthier during the transition from winter to spring. The plant contains 3 times more vitamin C than lettuce, along with significant amounts of iron, potassium, and antioxidants. Modern nutritional analysis shows that sorrel provides many of the nutrients that were often deficient in medieval diets, explaining why it was so highly valued. For today's gardeners, sorrel offers something salad mixes can't: fresh, tangy greens that are available almost year-round. These plants are incredibly hardy, surviving harsh winters and producing fresh leaves from early spring through late fall. They're perfect for extending the fresh greens season naturally. The culinary uses are endless. Young sorrel leaves add bright, lemony flavor to salads, while mature leaves can be cooked into soups and sauces. French cuisine still features sorrel prominently, recognizing flavors that Vikings discovered centuries ago. Ground elder, the weed that fed nations. Modern gardeners curse ground elder as an invasive weed, but Vikings saw it as a gift from the gods. This hardy plant provided reliable nutrition when other crops failed, spreading naturally to create edible ground cover that required no planting or care. It was like having a self-maintaining vegetable garden that got more productive every year. Originally brought to Britain by the Romans as a food crop, ground elder became so important to medieval survival that it was deliberately planted around monasteries and villages. The plant's aggressive spreading habit, which modern gardeners hate, was exactly what made it valuable for feeding large populations. The young leaves are rich in vitamin C, potassium, and minerals that were often lacking in medieval diets. Vikings ate ground elder fresh in spring salads or cooked it like spinach throughout the growing season. The plant's mild flavor made it acceptable to children, ensuring that even picky eaters got essential nutrition. What made ground elder truly special was its reliability. This plant thrives in conditions that would kill other vegetables: poor soil, deep shade, and neglect. For communities struggling with food security, ground elder provided a safety net that could prevent starvation during crop failures. For modern foragers and sustainable gardeners, ground elder offers something grocery stores can't: free, nutritious food that grows without any input from you. If you can't beat it in your garden, eat it. The plant is most tender and flavorful in spring, but remains edible throughout the growing season. The key to using ground elder is harvesting it young. Mature leaves can be tough and bitter, but young shoots and leaves are tender and mild. It's like having a wild salad green that restocks itself continuously, asking nothing from you except occasional harvesting. Mallow, the gentle giant of nutrition. Vikings called mallow the gentle giant because this soft-leaved plant provided both food and medicine with remarkable effectiveness. Every part of the plant was useful: leaves for nutrition, flowers for beauty, and roots for healing. It was like having a pharmacy and grocery store growing in one convenient package. The leaves are incredibly nutritious, containing more protein than most leafy greens, along with significant amounts of vitamins A and C, calcium, and iron. Vikings ate young mallow leaves raw in salads or cooked them like spinach, while the mucilaginous quality of the plant made it perfect for thickening soups and stews. What made mallow special was its healing properties. The plant contains compounds that soothe inflammation and promote healing, making it valuable for treating everything from sore throats to digestive problems. Viking healers used mallow preparations to treat wounds, calm upset stomachs, and ease respiratory problems. The flowers are not only beautiful, but also edible, adding color and mild flavor to salads and dishes. Vikings used mallow flowers to make syrups and teas that were both medicinal and pleasant tasting. The roots were particularly prized for their healing properties and were often dried and stored for winter medicine. For modern gardeners, mallow offers something most vegetables can't: beauty and nutrition in one package. These plants produce attractive flowers throughout the growing season, while providing edible leaves and healing properties. They're perfect for edible landscaping that serves multiple purposes. The plant is incredibly easy to grow and often self-seeds, ensuring a continuous supply without replanting. Mallow thrives in poor soil and requires minimal care, making it perfect for low-maintenance gardens that still produce useful crops. Cherville, the delicate herb of spring. While most herbs are tough and hardy, Cherville is the delicate aristocrat of the herb world, and Vikings treasured it for exactly that reason. This gentle herb provided subtle, sophisticated flavors during the brief spring season when its tender leaves were at their peak. Cherville was essential to Viking spring celebrations and religious ceremonies. The herb's delicate, anise-like flavor was believed to purify the blood and renew the spirit after long, dark winters. Viking families would gather the first Cherville of spring for special meals that marked the return of life to the land. What made Cherville valuable wasn't just its flavor, but its timing. The herb appears very early in spring and doesn't tolerate heat, making it available only during a brief window when fresh herbs were most precious. This scarcity made Cherville a luxury that was saved for special occasions and honored guests. The nutritional benefits are significant, despite the herb's delicate nature. Cherville contains high levels of vitamin C, iron, and antioxidants that were crucial for recovering from winter's nutritional deficiencies. Vikings understood that the first fresh herbs of spring had special healing powers. For modern gardeners, Cherville offers something dried herbs can't: fresh, delicate flavor that can't be preserved or replicated. This herb must be used fresh, making it exclusive to those who grow their own. It's like having a gourmet ingredient that money can't buy. The plant is beautiful in the garden, with lacy, fern-like foliage that adds texture and interest to herb gardens. Cherville prefers cool, shaded conditions and can be grown successfully in areas where other herbs struggle. It's perfect for extending the herb garden into shadier spots. Winter savory, the hardy herb that defied seasons. While most herbs died back in winter, winter savory lived up to its name by providing fresh, peppery flavor even in the coldest months. Vikings valued this hardy perennial for its ability to survive harsh conditions while maintaining its potent flavor and medicinal properties. Winter savory was essential for preserving meat and adding flavor to the heavy, fatty foods that sustained Vikings through winter. The herb's strong, peppery taste could cut through rich dishes, while its antimicrobial properties helped prevent food spoilage. It was like having a natural preservative that also improved flavor. What made winter savory special was its concentration of essential oils, which actually increased during cold weather. While other herbs lost potency in winter, winter savory became more flavorful and medicinally active. Vikings learned to harvest it during the coldest months for maximum benefit. The herb was also valued for its digestive properties. Winter savory tea helped process the heavy, preserved foods that dominated winter diets, preventing the digestive problems that could weaken people during the most challenging season. It was like having a natural digestive aid that grew fresh when needed most. For modern gardeners, winter savory offers something most herbs can't: fresh flavor that's available year-round. This hardy perennial survives harsh winters and provides fresh herbs when grocery store options are expensive and low quality. It's perfect for cooks who want fresh herbs regardless of season. The plant is also excellent for pest control, naturally repelling insects that might damage other garden plants. Vikings planted winter savory near their food storage areas to keep pests away while having fresh herbs readily available for cooking. Broadleaf Plantain, the roadside pharmacy. Vikings called broadleaf plantain the mother of herbs, because this humble plant seemed to heal whatever ailed you. Growing along every path and roadway, plantain was always available when injuries occurred, earning it the nickname soldier's herb for its ability to treat battlefield wounds. This common weed contains compounds that stop bleeding, fight infection, and speed healing. Vikings would chew fresh plantain leaves and apply them directly to cuts and wounds, creating an instant bandage that promoted healing. The plant's ribbed leaves were perfect for wrapping around injuries. What made plantain truly valuable was its availability. Unlike rare medicinal herbs that grew only in specific locations, plantain thrived wherever humans traveled. Viking warriors could find this healing plant almost anywhere, making it reliable medicine for people constantly on the move. The seeds were equally important, providing a source of fiber and nutrients that helped with digestive problems. Vikings would collect plantain seeds and add them to porridge or bread, creating foods that promoted digestive health while providing nutrition. For modern families, plantain offers something first aid kits can't: natural healing that's available everywhere. This plant grows in most yards and along roadsides, providing free medicine that's often more effective than expensive over-the-counter treatments. Learning to identify and use plantain puts powerful healing literally at your feet. The plant is incredibly safe and gentle, making it perfect for treating children's scrapes and cuts. Simply chew a fresh leaf until it's pulpy, then apply it to the wound like a natural bandage. The healing compounds work immediately to stop bleeding and prevent infection. Modern research has confirmed plantain's effectiveness for wound healing, showing that it can speed recovery and reduce scarring. The plant contains natural antibiotics and anti-inflammatory compounds that work together to promote healing without side effects. Angelica, the archangel's gift. Vikings believed Angelica was a gift from the archangel Michael, sent to protect humanity from plague and evil spirits. This towering herb, reaching up to 6 feet tall, was so revered that it was grown in every monastery garden and considered essential for spiritual and physical protection. The entire plant was medicinal: roots for digestive problems, leaves for respiratory issues, and seeds for flavoring and preservation. Angelica root was particularly prized for its ability to settle upset stomachs and improve digestion, making it essential for processing the heavy, preserved foods that dominated winter diets. What made Angelica truly special was its timing. The plant bloomed during the summer solstice, when its medicinal properties were believed to be at their peak. Vikings would harvest Angelica during this sacred time, drying the roots and seeds for use throughout the year. The aromatic compounds in Angelica also made it valuable for food preservation. Vikings would add Angelica seeds to stored grains and preserved meats, using the herb's antimicrobial properties to prevent spoilage while adding complex, licorice-like flavors. For modern gardeners, Angelica offers something most herbs can't: dramatic height and presence that makes it a stunning ornamental while providing medicinal benefits. These plants are architectural elements in the garden, creating focal points while producing useful medicine. The plant is biennial, taking 2 years to complete its life cycle, but it often self-seeds to ensure continuous presence in the garden. Angelica prefers moist, rich soil and partial shade, making it perfect for areas where other herbs might struggle. Horseradish, the fiery root that cleared everything. Our final superfood packs more punch per ounce than any other plant in the Viking arsenal. Horseradish root was the nuclear option of medieval medicine, so powerful it could clear sinuses, fight infections, and preserve food with its intense antimicrobial compounds. Vikings discovered that horseradish could do what no other plant could: provide immediate, dramatic relief for respiratory problems. The volatile compounds released when the root is grated create an intense burning sensation that opens airways and clears congestion instantly. It was like having a natural decongestant that worked every time. What made horseradish invaluable was its preservation properties. The root could be stored fresh in cool cellars for months, providing potent medicine throughout winter. When grated fresh, horseradish released compounds so powerful they could preserve meat and prevent spoilage in other foods. The plant itself is incredibly hardy and productive. Once established, horseradish spreads aggressively, ensuring a continuous supply of this powerful medicine. Vikings learned to contain it in specific areas, harvesting roots as needed while allowing the plant to regenerate. For modern families dealing with sinus problems and respiratory issues, horseradish offers something decongestants can't: immediate relief that actually fights the underlying infection rather than just masking symptoms. Fresh horseradish is far more potent than the processed versions available in stores. The culinary uses are equally impressive. Fresh horseradish adds incredible flavor to meats and vegetables while providing antimicrobial protection. It's like having a condiment that's also medicine, adding both flavor and health benefits to every meal. Growing horseradish today means having access to one of nature's most powerful medicines. The plant requires minimal care once established and can provide fresh roots for decades. It's like having a pharmacy growing in your garden that gets stronger every year. These 12 forgotten superfoods represent more than just historical curiosities. They're proven nutrition sources that sustained Viking civilization through some of history's harshest conditions. What's remarkable is how many of these plants still grow wild or can be easily cultivated in modern gardens, offering nutrition and medicine that often surpasses expensive supplements. Start with 1 or 2 plants that appeal to you most. Many of these hardy survivors are available from specialty nurseries or can be foraged from wild areas. Before long, you'll have access to superfoods that money can't buy and nutrition that connects you directly to the wisdom of our ancestors. And if you had a good time raiding the past with us today, do us a favor and pillage that like button and subscribe for more journeys into the fascinating and often surprising world of Midgard living.